Morning.
Good morning. I'm Carl Fingers. My co-host Aaron Burns. Hey, I get a haircut today.
Did
Finally.
you?
Okay, November 7th, 2025. Dang, year just flying by.
It has.
Episode 252. All right. I want to remind you guys that we come to you, WRME live every 2 weeks at 9 a.m. on Friday mornings.
The first and the third. So if it's a longer month, though, you'll
Oh.
still only get us twice a month.
Okay,
I
the
know.
first and the third.
I just tell him when to be here.
I've been corrected. All right. Today we're talking about the Oklahoma City kind of tipping back towards buyer's market. Okay, what it means for you guys for buying and selling and investing. All right, basically inventory's up 12.6% year over year, 6,249 homes as of yesterday.
That's a lot.
All right, but nearly 42% of the listings have had a price cut.
Yes.
Okay, and I've been noticing price drops the last 2 weeks.
A lot.
Something fierce. Okay.
And I've seen stuff drop off the market, too.
Yeah,
Just
but that
become,
as a buyer, that means you've got leverage.
yes.
Okay, which you don't always have in these markets. The median price Oklahoma City is $325,000. That is down 1%. The median sale is at $270,000, which is up 1.9%. And list versus the sell gap, I mean, that's widening. Okay, widening. Just because it's listed for $300,000, it's more than likely not going to sell for $300,000.
Right.
And that gap to the sell price, it's definitely changing. All right.
But that doesn't mean you walk in and you undercut somebody.
That's true.
Just right off the bat.
Yeah. And
You got to be reasonable. Have your agent run comps if you're really interested in the house to get their own idea of what they feel the home is worth.
Right. I mean, we've got a shortage of quality houses.
Yes.
The ones that are going cheap are the ones that needs lots of work or just barely qualify for financing. That's a whole different world.
And even if it needs work, doesn't mean it has to go to an investor. So
Right,
there's people
right.
out there that will buy.
If
a
they can save
fixer-upper.
$10,000 and do some work themselves, but it'll still finance, that
That's
goes
fine.
on a lot.
I've helped people do that.
All right, average days on market, 77 days versus 63 last year. Slower pace, which is more room for negotiation
Right.
for you buyers.
And now, too, with the government shutdown, if you got anything under contract, your days to close can be longer, too. So
Right.
just remember that.
Local builders, man, they're building like crazy. They're still keeping the flow going pretty good. All right, for sellers, price to data, not to dreams, okay? When we run comps for you, just because you want 275, if your comps are at 250,
Right.
you need to be in the 250 range.
We understand
okay?
you might have a pool, or you might have a storm shelter, or
You might have a credit card you want to pay
or
off.
whatever.
Those are irrelevant.
We work with, appraisers a lot. We know roughly what they're going to give, or the average appraiser will give. Every appraiser is different for stuff like an in-ground pool, a storm shelter, a shop, or whatever. So I know you think that pool that costs $20,000 is worth it, the tack onto your price, but it's not, or the shop.
Yeah, it's really frustrating to spend $60,000 or $70,000 on a shop building, and on the appraisal it adds $5,000 to $7,500
If you're
to the
lucky.
value. Yeah,
Storm shelters
It's-
usually get about 1,000 too if you're lucky. In-ground pools don't add that much either, surprisingly.
And the deal about pricing things right is momentum matters.
Yes.
Your first week on the market is the most critical time.
Yes.
Period. Okay, it means a lot.
So when we explain to you something or your upgrade to the kitchen or remodel, just because you put $20K in the house to remodel it does not make the value of your house worth $20K. It does help you because you've improved the property, but it doesn't add on what you spent.
Exactly. I had a consultation with the client this past week. They're getting ready to drop $50,000 into their house, and I ran the numbers on everything.
Yes.
And they're going to end up losing between $7,000 and $10,000 because the market won't
Right.
over. So you got to weigh the numbers. Numbers matter.
And we flip houses, so, we can give you an idea of what's more important and what's not if you're getting ready to sell to get it ready. That way you're not overspending. You're just taking care of stuff that would need to or make it more desirable
Like
to
yesterday,
somebody.
we walked to the house there in
Yes.
Yukon. Beautiful house.
It is.
It's got icky light bulbs, Chinese light bulbs.
Change those.
Go in and change all
LED
the
daylight.
LEDs.
Great.
One room didn't have a ceiling fan. Go put a ceiling fan in there. We're going to spend. It needs new carpet. We're going to spend maybe $5,000. A new garage door.
Right.
Okay.
A new chandelier in the kitchen,
yeah.
dining room.
But that $5,000 is critical to the
Yes.
curb appeal of that house.
Yeah.
The garage door being crunched up. It would work, but when you
It
got
doesn't-
a crunched up door, somebody pulls up to the house, they're like, nah, we're done. They don't even go in the house.
No.
They do the drive-by. And then if you're selling your house, go through and change those light bulbs. Brighten the house
There's
up.
nothing worse than not being able to see, especially when you have darker woodwork or darker paint in a house. The low lighting or bad lighting makes it dingy and unwelcoming.
And burnout light bulbs.
I know.
That just tells the buyer, oh, I'm going to have to come in and do some work.
I got
You know,
one I replaced over there and it was working and then went out, so I got to go figure out what's going on with it. I didn't have another one.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. It really matters. Okay, for buyers, negotiate your rate buy downs, okay? Negotiate your repairs. And take your time, especially on your inspections. Go through that stuff. What's critical, what's not.
And
But, if you can do a rate buy down where the seller pays you a certain incentive to have a buy down over the period of your interest
Right.
and everything, it can be $20, $30, $40,000 for a $5,000 or $10,000
Right.
incentive. So
And on your repairs, don't be unrealistic. Be realistic. Hit
Yeah.
the things that really matter, safety and everything. I had some clients that couldn't do flooring. We negotiated them to fix the flooring they had installed and messed up. They didn't want new flooring. They just wanted it fixed so it was installed right because it was a brand new
Right.
floor. That's realistic.
see if like that house we looked at yesterday,
Yes.
if the carpet would have been cleanable, I would have rather done a carpet allowance to the buyers so they could pick what color and texture they wanted.
But it was
this had some
damaged
stains and
and
damage, so we're just going to go in and replace it up front. So
And
they
we do-
walk in and they don't see, I got to do carpet.
Right. And we do a pretty neutral carpet, so it's not too dark, not too light.
And you got a excellent vendor on carpet.
I do.
And
Shout out to
They
Carpet
take
One.
really good care of us, so if you need a tip on that, get a hold of Aaron right there. All right, the land and the acreage investors out there, if you got 80 acres out there, anywhere around the edges of Oklahoma City,
Or even-
developers are buying that stuff up.
I've seen some people buying 5 acres and putting 5 houses on it, dividing them up. If you got acreage, people will buy it.
Yeah, we got 3 acres over in downtown Mustang. They split into 4 lots.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot make land.
Nope.
So
You can make land better,
Right.
but you can't make land.
So-
Even God don't make no more land.
no.
He said, I'm done.
So if you want to invest and not sure what to invest in a good piece of land that you can afford now, and who knows what'll happen later. We've seen some of those.
Yep. All right, MAPS 4 in Oklahoma City, mostly Oklahoma City proper.
Yes.
That's definitely creating a lot of jobs. The rental market is very high. So that's for investors wanting to buy stuff to rent out. That'd be a good area to do it.
Well, we got the new stadium and arena coming in. We got,
All the
Scissortail
park
Park down
projects, all
there.
the sidewalk projects. We've got, there's just, the big homeless center. There's just
And there's
so many things
townhouses
going
and
on.
nice apartments and stuff like that popping up down there too.
Yeah, now these 3-story townhomes for the aim toward the young professional,
Yes.
they're popping up everywhere.
But
Okay.
people that live and work in that scenario, that's them. That's where they're at. The
Right.
entertainment,
They're
they
in-
can walk.
They're
or,
in that stage of their life
Yes.
too. You know, they don't have 4 kids yet and all this other stuff. So, yeah, makes a difference. All right. You got anything else we need to discuss today?
We've been seeing a lot of new businesses pop up, which is good.
What now?
New businesses popping
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Lots of those. I mean, I got one breaking ground up by my house right now. Actually, 2. So, I mean, that's great to see. That brings in jobs and everything else.
Yeah, well, basically, to wrap up today's WRME Live, real estate is balancing out. You know, we're not having a crash by any means, and our appreciation is, still holding steady. But if you'd like us to analyze your zip code or your neighborhood or something like that, just drop a comment below.
Or your house. If you want us to come check out your house because you're thinking about selling, holler.
Direct messages, whatever you need to do.
Comment, DM,
Right.
whatever.
Don't forget to subscribe. Catch us every other Friday, the first and third
And then
Friday.
we're also on YouTube. So now on Facebook, lives only stay for 30 days. We stream to YouTube also at the same time, so the lives and videos stay there.
Right. All right. Well, I'm Carl Mingers. This is Aaron Burns. And remember, where we do real life, real world